Good morning from Shanghai's Zhong International Hotel. I've just come off a flight overnight from Rome, Italy to Shanghai. This morning I've got a flight from Shanghai back home to Singapore. The flight is at 10 a.m. Time now is 6:30 a.m. so I've got about 3.5 hours. Just going to head over to the terminal, which is directly across from this hotel. So as you can see, it's very convenient. Might check in and get a bite to eat for breakfast, do some work, and then get on board. Hoping to share the experience with you. So bags are packed, got everything ready for the flight. The flight is China Eastern's economy class product on their MU546 service to Singapore. This hotel actually has been very good. Straight downstairs, well actually before we get down there, the room has been excellent. The bed's very comfortable, room is very modern, it's got all you need, kettle, coffee making facilities, a large bathroom, good pressure in the shower, very important. So yeah, bags are all packed. Let's head over to the terminal. What else? The food and beverage offerings. There is a large food court downstairs from the hotel that serves, people catching the metro, people catching the maglev train to the city center in Shanghai. So I had a bit of a good bite to eat there yesterday. It was like a fish in soup together with rice. All for the princely sum of about 10 Singapore dollars, I think, if that. So yeah, there's a lot of food and beverage options available if you're doing a transit layover. Think about the Zhong International Hotel. I paid 120 Singapore dollars for the night, which I think is reasonable for a last-minute booking. And for what you get, the spacious accommodation, modern facilities, I think it's worth it. Let's head across to the terminal now and check in. So I've just checked in. I'm at Counter L here in Terminal 1 of Shanghai Pudong International Airport. China Eastern Airlines depart from Terminal 1 and their international check-in for flights to areas around APAC, including Singapore, are at counters L, and in particular 14 to 26. So I've checked in, had to queue in line there. As you can see, it's pretty extensive, but that's all done now, and need to head through security and get to the gate. I'm now on the boarding gate side. My gate is number 16 here in Shanghai Pudong International Airport Terminal 1. I think the aircraft is actually behind me. We'll see that in a bit. I'm at a cafe called Kawe. This is it, K-A-W-E-H. Got a cappuccino, got some Taiwanese style beef noodles for a price of 115 RMB. So the noodles were about 70 RMB, coffee was 35 or 40-ish. So it's not cheap by Chinese standards or Chinese standards, but it is, I guess, par for the course for an airport meal. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this, get some work done. Boarding starts in about 1 hour's time at 9:15 a.m. And yeah, really looking forward to getting on the plane. We're standing here at Gate 16 at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, Terminal 1. Behind me is the aircraft that's taking us to Singapore today. Its registration number is a China Eastern Airlines B324X. It's 2.5 years old, so a very new aircraft, A350. And just loading up the plane, fueling, as you can see. It looks fantastic. I had an A350 aircraft take me down from Italy to Shanghai earlier yesterday afternoon. Today, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on this aircraft again. Being fortunate both legs, I guess, on the way back home to Singapore. On the way to Italy, it was two A330s, which were slightly older aircraft, 8 years and 5 years respectively. Or maybe actually, well, older than that, 11 years and 8 years respectively. And yeah, these aircraft are more new. Yesterday's A350 was about 3 or 4 years old. This one is even newer. So looking forward to getting on board and sharing the experience with you. 谢。你好。哎，这边请。谢谢。Welcome to seat 36A here on this China Eastern Airbus A350, A350-900. We've got an overwing view, fantastic sight outside with the amazing wing of this A350. Yeah, we just boarded. Everyone's still kind of settling in. I'm not sure if this is going to be a full flight from the waiting area. Doesn't seem like it. It's going to probably be about 3/4 full. This is the seat, the familiar shape of the A350 modern cabin, starting with the infotainment system. You've got a large TV screen. We'll have a look at the interface in a bit. This is a controller for the screen. You've got a pull-out table, literature pocket containing safety instructions, a sick bag. No magazine here today, unlike yesterday's flight. You've got adjustable seat here. The headrest is also adjustable. But for this short flight to Singapore, about 4.5 hours, there's no blanket or pillow provided. And other than that, yeah, it's a very nice, spacious cabin. The A350 is just so nice, very wide, very spacious. The layout is a 333 configuration in economy class. There is a premium economy up front, which is 242, as well as a business class cabin, which is direct aisle access for each seat in a 222 configuration. Yeah, nothing else to report for now. We'll touch base when we take off. about an hour into the flight, and now there's a lunch service being conducted. 牛肉饭，谢谢。Color. So this is a beef with tomatoes and broccoli with the right rice. Got a appetizer here. Looks like some salami or sausage with tomato and I think radish or bamboo shoots. This is rock melon for dessert, water, cutlery, and a bread bun with a lotus biscuit here, as well as some butter. I've also ordered Coca-Cola on the side. Yeah, let's taste how lunch is. I have to say the lunch is not bad. Meat is not too tough. And there's a good amount of seasoning, so it's quite tasty. It's not a spicy dish, it's a mild kind of beef with tomato dish, no spice, but it's not too salty, which is important, but there's enough salt. I think on the flight here from Italy there was a dish, I think one of the dinner service meals was a bit too bland, I guess, but this one's good, really good. And it's time for a quick loo review here in the Airbus A350. I'm in the back left bathroom. This is very, I must say, very spacious. Got plenty of room. Let's take a look around. There you got a sink, tissue box, flower holder with no decorations inserted. Got a tray, changing table, some covers for the toilet seat, which is always welcome. Some mirrors as well. A hand sanitizer, sick bag, tissues, and a bin. Got 2 coat hooks and a large mirror on the left. Got some handholds to stabilize yourself when the aircraft is experiencing turbulence, and a motion sensor to operate the flush. Yeah, the bathroom is very, very clean. I like how they have the tiles on the floor, or the fake kind of the covering that has the design of tiles that makes for a classy look. And I noticed that in the cabin itself, you know, when they dim the lights, it's always a nice shade of gold. I would say a golden shade, which makes the overall ambience, you know, very warm, very classy. But overall, yeah, the bathroom is very, very clean. Thumbs up. So there's 2 more hours to go. The flight so far has been very smooth, very little turbulence. I just finished a movie called A Writer's Odyssey, which is a Chinese movie, fantasy-based, cross between, you know, a novelist in the real world crossing into the imaginative fantasy world that he creates, and how that intersperses or interplays with real life. This is the movie. Not bad. Highly enjoyable 2 hours. So we'll just wait out for the rest of the flight and enjoy the ride into Singapore. So I've got about 50 minutes to go, 50, until we land. The cabin crew have made the announcement to prepare the plane for landing, open the window shades, and come around and collect rubbish and check all the kind of the cabin storage areas are securely fastened. So as you can see, they've got a small implement there. They're just going around to check that everything is securely stowed away. I think it's earlier than most other carriers. I think sometimes other carriers do give the announcement to prepare the plane for landing be 40 minutes or 30, even half an hour before making the descent. So China Eastern typically, on my experience, has done it much earlier, an hour before. So that's something that's quite different from other airlines, but I guess it makes everyone well prepared, and there's no rush to you know, fight for lavatories or make a mad dash, you know, to prep the plane for the descent. So yeah, that's just one point to note. And so I had my headphones on, I was listening to some nice Chinese guzheng music, and too busy staring out the window. As you can see, the view is insane.
that I didn't notice the cabin crew kind of coming around and telling me to take my headphones off. I have to not use the headphone jacks with the wire coming from the TV screen to my headset because of safety reasons. So yeah, thankfully the passenger next to me kindly prodded me on the shoulder and just said, yeah, take that off, take the headphones off and put them away. But not to worry, there's such a good view out the window and I'm going to enjoy the flight into Changi Airport. Hopefully there's a good view out the left side. I've deliberately chosen this side because I think if we've got the right orientation coming into land, we might get some good views of the Singapore city skyline. And good afternoon from Singapore. A very sunny Singapore this afternoon. I've just stepped off the plane. We landed at gate B9, which is behind me. As you can see, the passengers are already boarding for the next flight for this aircraft back up to Shanghai. That departs at 4:35, which is just under an hour. So there's a very quick turnaround time for the aircraft, for the cleaning crew actually, who need to clean up the plane, get it prepped and ready for boarding in very short time for the passengers heading back up to Shanghai. For myself, I found that flight very comfortable, had a good rest, had a good sleep, watched a good movie. I think there were two movies that I watched. One was to finish A Rainy Day in Paris, as well as a good Chinese movie, a fantasy movie, which was really good to pass the time. Had some good views out the window. I think we were held up a little bit by traffic, so we landed in Singapore 15 minutes late, but that was no issue. We circled around for 15 minutes, saw some other aircraft doing the same thing, and landed to the south of, or from the south of Singapore. It was a little bit hazy, so the views out the window are not as clear as they can be. I think there's some haze situation going on right now in the early parts of October that we're dealing with. But no issue, we're here in Singapore, looking forward to getting back into a routine, getting back stuck into work, and enjoying Singapore food and life. Let me know if you've flown China Eastern, your thoughts. Would you fly them again? What do you think of their value, their service levels? I thought it was very good overall, very prompt, efficient, I would say even warm actually in a transactional way. And I would have no hesitation flying them again, long haul and short haul in region. Lastly, hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.